The first game of the 2012 NFL season is now in the books, with the Dallas Cowboys defeating the New York Giants on Wednesday night 24-17, and I wanted to take some time today to make a little review video, a little recap of the game, and just my thoughts on it, and to recap basically my predictions I had made on the same day. I made a video, the first one of its kind, for me anyway. I wanted to make some videos this year talking about my predictions of games, and what I'm looking for in different games, just because I love talking about football, and I like giving my thoughts on different games, and I made predictions in that video, and most of those predictions proved to be false, including my final result. I predicted the Giants would win the game 34-31, whereas the Cowboys won 24-17. I expected a way different game than we ended up getting on Wednesday night. I thought it would be a competitive game the whole way through, but I expected more from the Giants early. The game overall started off very slow. There were some punts, and there wasn't any points scored until the second quarter, and part of why I expected so many points in this game was because the Giants, I know they have a decent secondary, but I simply thought the wide receivers of the Dallas Cowboys would outperform them and Tony Romo would be allowed to make some big plays down the field, and he did make some big plays in the passing game. Most of them were out of the pocket. He was under pressure, a lot of inside pressure in this game, and I was especially concerned when Phil Costa went down with the injury and Ryan Cook had to come in, and the Giants defense was only credited with 2 sacks on the day, one by Rocky Bernard early, and then there was also one by Linval Joseph. JPP and Justin Tuck did not sack Tony Romo, but even when Romo had pressure, he was making good passes, other than his interception. The interception was a very bad decision, but otherwise when he was flush out of the pocket, he was good at making defenders miss, and he was also good at finding his receivers still downfield. So I thought Tony Romo did a great job despite the blocking. And also in this game, the Giants were playing without second-year cornerback Prince Amukamara, so they were minus him, and they had to cover Dez Bryant and Miles Austin, but it was a third receiver that broke out in this game. Kevin Ogletree, of course, 8 catches, a $114, and 2 touchdowns. Almost had a third touchdown, but that one was knocked away in the end zone, and he really stole the show. And I made the prediction in the preview video I made that if the Cowboys were to win, that Dez Bryant would be the guy that had a big game. So it wasn't Dez Bryant with a big game. He had 85 yards. But Kevin Ogletree definitely broke out. He's going to be one of the first guys on the waiver wire now. Everybody's going to be going for on fantasy. I'm not sure if I would be right now. I'm not going to in my fantasy league right now. He's a third receiver, and yeah, he had a great game, but I've learned from some mistakes on the waiver wire there when someone has a great week. And then also for the Dallas Cowboys, DeMarco Murray had a good game, 20 carries, 131 yards. He had that pitch in the second half that he took for 48 yards where he turned nothing into something, and it was just it was a great run by him. There was not much room to run at all. That was all DeMarco Murray. He deserved that 48-yard run. Ahmad Bradshaw had some nice runs in this game as well, including that touchdown run he had after the big pass downfield. I believe it was to Dominique Hickson. But otherwise, the running game didn't do a whole lot. Murray had some nice runs, but definitely Romo shined in this game with some great throws out of the pocket. He was 22 of 29 while being pressured for most of the night. There was a lot of inside pressure as well, but 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. Once he threw the interception, I was a little bit scared. I could see my prediction kind of coming true there. I thought the Giants could force some turnovers on Romo, maybe a forced fumble, but definitely I thought Romo would throw 1 or 2 interceptions in this game, and he did. It was intercepted by Michael Boley, but it was actually a great play on that interception by Tyron Smith to have a horse collar tackle into the 5-yard line, because the Cowboys defense stuffed Ahmad Bradshaw on 2 runs, and then Eli Manning couldn't punch into the end zone with the pass, so they ended up scoring a field goal instead for the first points of the game. That was big right there, not to give up a pick 6 or a touchdown on the very next play. So the penalty by Tyron Smith proved to be very good. But the Giants offense didn't really play the way I expected them to play. I expected a lot more big plays in the passing game. There was that one big play that Dominique Hickson, and Cruz had some nice catches as well, so did Hakeem Nicks. But I don't know how much Hakeem Nicks was affected by his injury. But part of this also, I did not expect Brandon Carr and Morris Claiborne to play as well as they did in their very first game together. That was a very good display of coverage, which the Cowboys haven't had very many good cover corners in the past few years. They've been using Terrence Newman, who I thought was a very overrated player. And now they have Brandon Carr and Morris Claiborne. Both played well in this game. Carr was on coverage, though, that deep pass to Dominique Hickson. But they played very well, and this Cowboys defense could be a lot more balanced like I thought they could be this year. And that's part of why I have them as one of my sleepers, but my main concern is that offensive line, because you're going to see Tony Romo probably being pressured a lot this year, and he has been known to be an inconsistent quarterback, although he played very good on Wednesday night. Everyone's going to want to see if Tony Romo can do it again and not give up any big leads in the fourth quarter like almost happened on Wednesday night, but Kevin Ogletree made a very clutch catch on 3rd and 10 after a holding penalty on Jason Witten that clinched the game for the Cowboys and got them the victory. But I thought this was a great game for the Cowboys overall. Romo only got sacked 2 times in this game. He was under pressure a lot, but this is also against one of the best front fours in football. So I don't think it's too disheartening to see so much pressure in a game where you're going to be going against Jason Pierre-Paul and Justin Tuck. And I think a big part of that is Tyron Smith playing at left tackle now instead of right tackle. And I don't know how true this could be, but perhaps Romo has more confidence now in his blind side being protected with Tyron Smith there, and he can focus now on what's in front of him. If he has to evade pressure, he can do so and try to make a play without forcing a pass too many times this year, although he did make that one bad throw for the interception to Michael Boley. But I have to say it was a great game for Tony Romo. Many good plays downfield, many good plays out of the pocket. Overall, I really like the Dallas Cowboys in this game, and one of the big things for the New York Giants was actually Victor Cruz and him having 3 drops in this game. And also, when he made a catch in the 4th quarter, it was short of the first down marker, and it forced the 4th down attempt. So if Cruz doesn't drop those passes, maybe this game plays out a little bit differently. But there were some definite miscues in this game. Also, David Wilson had a fumble, and the Giants cornerbacks could not cover the slant at all. Kevin Ogletree was beating them on those slants one after another, and then Dez Bryant was working his way down the sideline, and it was just a really good passing attack from the Cowboys, I thought, in this game. And so I don't know how much that was impacted by Prince Amukamara not playing, but the Giants, I thought they had a good secondary, but I didn't expect them to get beat like this. I thought if they were going to get beat, they'd be beaten deep downfield, but there was a lot of intermediate passing plays that were successful for the Cowboys. And at the end of the day, it was a 3rd and 10 catch by Kevin Ogletree that sealed the game for the Dallas Cowboys. Now they are 1-0. They have the first victory in the first game of the NFL season this year. And so that's basically my recap of the game there, guys, my thoughts on it. I'm just happy to have football back again, and now on Sunday we have a lot more games to watch. I'll be watching the Minnesota Vikings and the Jacksonville Jaguars at 12 o'clock Central Time, and I'm looking forward to the slate of games we have scheduled. And I think tomorrow I'm going to post a video where I predict the rest of the games for the week. I've already predicted this game here, the Giants and Cowboys. I, of course, was wrong, so I'm already 0-1 on the season. And then I'll give you guys a little fantasy football update here because I play, and I had one player playing in this game. I actually almost debated putting in David Wilson because I'm like, what if he can get a touchdown against this Cowboys team? But I held off, and it was good because he only had 4 yards on 2 runs and a fumble. And so I ended up getting, I think, 5.8 points because we have a different scoring system in my league. I got 5.8 points from Victor Cruz for his 58 yards. And next week I'll give you guys a fantasy football update of how my first week went, and I'll also have my picks video out tomorrow, probably a Vikings versus Jaguars preview video. And if you guys enjoy these preview videos and this recap video, I can bring a lot more of them. So once again, leave a lot of feedback, likes, comments, favorites. That's what I'm looking for in these videos. Hopefully you guys enjoy them. I have a lot of really good feedback on that first video, although a lot of my predictions were wrong, and guys seem to really enjoy these so far. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see you guys next time. Have a great day.